You're listening to M Soul Deep in the mix. Give a deeper sound to your life.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the Monday live stream. Let's get an audio check real quick out the gate and start the stream with the NASDAQ futures that have just reopened about 18 minutes ago. Unfortunate set of circumstances, at least technical circumstances, where you have yesterday's price action had a rally intraday all the way up to 29,000, but slapped down in the afternoon part of the session and then concluded the day below 28,678, some swing low, I guess, from May 12th. You can see it kind of had been regarded a couple times as support, no longer is now being regarded as resistance. So that's 4 negative closes in a row, 4 negative sessions in a row for the NASDAQ. And you just got to look and see, like, well, I mean, even if you look at it like a diamond with 1, 2, 3 anchor points on the bottom, they back tested that diamond as resistance, right? So they kind of confirmed the diamond bearish breakdown with some price action. You just never know, of course. Could be a false bearish breakdown. Until we catch some real follow through, we don't actually ever know. So you can't just, and even if they did rally it, if the rally concludes lower than 29,880, it would just be a local lower high. Man, we've seen that. We get that all the time, where they just run that thing up and then we sell off, make a lower low, and they'll continue. They can continue this crap for longer than you can imagine, man. It is a tough market. They do this a lot, though. If you remember this garbage, dude, that's exactly what they did a multitude of times from, I mean, February all the way to kind of the beginning of April. And we've seen it, you know. They can do it, man. They can just chop you around for a long period of time. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Tesla not looking hot. You know, and a lot of the sectors of the S&P 500 did not perform well today. You only had like, I think you had like maybe 2, 3 of the 11 were up. XLE Energy did the best. So that's where we're at, you know, not great. Jim Cramer did tweet, this is a miserable market, so that might be good for us, right? Might be real good, but I mean, technically it's not great right here. Like, there's no value. You might be confirming that the top's in for a more intermediate drawdown, and there's not much support looking left. If the buyers do lose 28,250, that'd be it. You tested that level just a couple days ago, Friday, it's a new day today. On Friday, that level was tested. They rallied it, but not much, or not many bids have come in at all. So that's where we're at on the NASDAQ, which, you know, pretty tech heavy, and that's kind of showing you the Mag 7s not helping the market at all. And we can look at the S&P 500 real quick. Not as bad yet, right? But you do have to wonder, when is it gonna be confirmed, right? The highest high, the sell-off, then a lower high, and now the same high confirming a lower high than the highest high. So you broke out of the diamond, but as you can see, not really acting like a breakout at all, right? No fuel to this fire. What's up, Joshua, man? What's up, Echo Leaf? Dow Jones is here. Jonathan, EJ, Miller Time's here. Doesn't look like Miller Time. What's up, G-Dog? Yeah, just lowest daily candle close on the S&P 500 futures since June 26th, so the lowest close in 3 weeks. 3-week lows. Lowest close of July. So, yeah, I'm just wondering, man. I hate that because I've seen it before. I hope it's not the same. Like, you could literally look. I mean, like, this is so similar. You had the highest high, then a big sell-off. I mean, this just goes back to earlier this year.
That the Trump admin are going to start debanking illegals to make them miserable enough to self-deport. But will this be Bitcoin's calling LOLE?
I don't know about that, man. Like, the only thing we can go by is technicals, and buyers have broken an extremely real inflection point that goes back to April 2021, an old all-time high at 65K, 64.9. That did happen, and we're going to get to that. It's above my head. You can see it on the screen. But we're just kind of looking at the stock market real quick, just the index funds. So you just got to know, like, they put the highest high in, you get a sell-off, you get a rally, and it's an 886 lower high, sell-off again, then about the same high. Look, like, you know, the candles are opening, closing, right around there. I mean, it's like you're seeing distribution be confirmed, and look at the drawdown you get after that confirmation. Not the first one, the second one. That's when market participants realize we might be screwed here. And so we're just kind of looking at the same freaking story. It's like one high, same high. Oh, God, if we get follow through, could be bad. Let's hope that, like, whatever happens, all we can hope for is that whatever happens, a higher low gets put in than the low we got at 7,300, June 26th. That's about it. That's all we can hope for. And then at that point, they rally, test this level again, then break a sell wall, and we go to outer space. But for now, it's kind of like, oh, we're doing the dance, doing the bull crap. not the first time we've seen confirmation highs for drawdowns for sure. You can go further back, man. I'm 2022. Yeah, dude, like, I mean, they like just love forms of confirmation, like 1 and then 2 and then the second time, then you get a bigger drawdown. So I'm just worried, kind of not worried, I guess. I don't care, but it's just a concerning technical that we're monitoring. It's not confirmed yet. I think it'd be confirmed after 73.45 breaks. But yeah, you want more. We need more. Okay. All right. Dow Jones Industrial Average futures real quick. Lowest daily candle close confirmed since June 23rd. So going on 1 month lows really on the close. And just, you know, there wasn't any value here. This thing was just marching upward, hit all-time highs at the beginning of this month. And it's just kind of cooling off. Same thing with the Russell 2000 futures. But you do have like kind of that rising wedge, and you got to wonder, is the rising wedge real? Well, if it is, then it's a bearish breakdown, and it might be time to, you know, see lower, just correct some. But I think it would probably underperform if it did play out, which is just, I don't think we have enough yet. But there you have it. Those are your big 4 index funds. What's up, Father Lion? What's up, Labor? Chip Lipper, Chase Brown, Evan C. What's up, y'all? What's up, Matt Cotton? Good to see the people. Oh, is that Crypto Hoarder? What's up, Crypto Hoarder, man? Sorry, I was rolling and flowing. What's up, Claudio? AG. 6IG. What's up, dude? Jaden. Good to see y'all. For real. Bullish on parade. Yeah, dude. Y'all are kings. Everyone's king in here. So yeah, index funds out of the way. We can look at Bitcoin real quick if you just want to see it. It's great, man. It's like kind of like, hey, accumulation made the meme, and this is a big, dude. You don't think it's a big deal right now, but this is so big. Like, if you care about support, resistance, and price action, how it correlates. I mean, look, dude, they upthrusted through it, and look what happened when they rejected it in June. Like, where you went to the next support. They've been, hopefully, what I'm thinking, they've been absorbing the remaining supply that exists at this level. There's a lot of supply. The buyers are chewing through that over the greater part of 3 weeks now, and they're quite possibly breaking through that supply zone, 64,899. Why is it such a big deal? Dude, don't take my word for it. Just look how we have correlation back in March. They pushed that price down right there, and this thing launched up from 64.9 all the way to 82.7. But forget that. Forget the more recent price action that reinforces why it's. Look at the resistance reversal from August 2024. Look at, they almost back tested that level as support before going to, I think, eventually all-time highs. Yeah. Such a real support resistance throughout history, but its genesis, where it all began, was April 2021, right there. That is why it's such a big deal to witness Bitcoin above this level after 3 weeks of consolidation up against it. So all we can do is kind of just pray to God that this is real. If it is real, I think there could be some serious consequences, up to 70K. And it's kind of, I guess, refreshing or intriguing a little bit due to the fact that we just looked at the index funds and they're not doing too hot, right? They're like 3 week lows. Well, guess what happened to Bitcoin today? Bitcoin made its highest level intraday since June 17th. So we're talking over 1 month highs, where the S&P and the NASDAQ had their lowest close in 3 weeks. So there is some sort of inverse correlation ongoing, respectively, right? I mean, just definitively. So I wonder what that means. Is it real, or, you know, it would be good to see Bitcoin perform well in a good macro environment. But as you can see, just again on the quad screen, bottom left, that NASDAQ, you can just see severe amounts of distribution, confirmation of distribution, sell-off, supports being hit. Look, I mean, I'll show you that same support I had. Well, I guess I can. I'd have to refresh this thing. Oh, wait. No, I can. Nice. Sometimes this thing bugs out, but you can see the level right here going back to May 12th and May 19th, and they lost it, recaptured, reconfirmed it June 11th, kind of tested. I mean, it could be a little zone, right? The candle close right here from May 19th. They tested that briefly, July 8th, and that whole zone right there. They lost it. They tried to recapture it, but they're just losing it. You saw this afternoon that big sell-off. We have lost the support. It's the initial support of this big consolidation, and you just know. I mean, like rounding action by the looks of it. Just the momentum shifting, and then it's just really 1, 2, and 3. You can just see 3 peaks, 3 falling peaks. Classic distribution structure. After the shark pattern concluded and type 2 returned even on the 4-hour. It was beautiful to watch it unfold. I mean, the day it happened, it was identified. Don't let perma bears see this. Well, perma bears are poor. They're very poor because they typically lose always. In the long run, they do. So... yeah, a lot of work involved with being a bear. So much work and stress, sleep lost, you just have it, man. I mean, they're losing a level, and they can continue to take this back down to 28.2 on the Nasdaq. You lose that level, that's where you're kind of confirming a major double top, where the sell-off could be to 26.2. They never really tested that swing high from late October last year, January this year. They test that at a good level. So it is kind of like where we're at now, unfortunately, right? This all started occurring. I mean, the mid-June we saw the shark, but then, who knows, man, the shark, they just keep running it, right? Sometimes they'll do that, but like, nah, man, the past month of data hasn't been good on this time scale. Lots of lower highs being confirmed. So signs of weakness, losing support, back below it. Kind of got to be a little cautious on the Nasdaq below 28.8 right now. So that's where we're at, man. Anyway, so I just thought it was kind of refreshing to see Bitcoin above a key inflection point, making 1-month highs, while the index funds are making 3-week lows on the close. I wonder if there's something to that. Well, we can look at Ethereum and see that Ethereum also been doing all right, man. Not too bad. But we're still waiting on a 1956, 1957 test. They never did that on the 15th. You could break that. 2040, big level. Break that 2160. There's a lot of support resistance. You know that if you know the Ethereum chart. The reason why, an eternal battleground. I mean, just so many places of reversals, because so long the price has been stuck in a range between 1420 to 4,800. So we're just hoping that the confirmation low rally and the back test the key level can continue. One thing we're looking at on Bitcoin real quick. And remember that we have the weekly on our side. If you're like, hey, I want the price of the asset to appreciate, because more people hold Bitcoin in crypto than they do short it, right? So I kind of want the collective involved in this space to make money, or at least make some money back that they lost because of October 10th. But so always kind of rooting on that side. Just kind of looking here, you got like maybe you could try to plot this as a channel. So we got this like short-term uptrend conceptualized here. Good 4 touches on the bottom, 1 on the top. And just hoping that this is how it is. So if you got to overbought in the short-term uptrend, 69.3. I mean, if they wanted to take it higher. And that's kind of in line with the lack of liquidity between 65 and 71K. I mean, that'd be a good target anyway. So at least anyway, right? 67.3, the high from June 15th. So maybe we got this going on. Maybe we got the short-term uptrend on Bitcoin. I think if you lose 63,588, yeah, you're probably screwed at this point, but we'll see. So it's a lackluster piece of data, breakout. I say breakout because it's like typically you think about violence and high volume and massive markups on breakouts. This did not have those characteristics at all. I just kind of walked out and is sitting here trying to hold on while the macro, which is the index funds, are having, looks like, pullback, correction, distribution characteristics. Okay, so you can see right now we got lows of day on the futures. NASDAQ futures down 0.28%. S&P 500 futures down 0.13%. Dow Jones and Russell 2000 kind of flat still, not down much. But I think like kind of we're seeing the weakness, right? I don't think anyone's going to argue with this fact that we're seeing the main culprit of weakness in the NASDAQ, which is heavy tech sector. And that's got to be part of the Mag 7 lagging, not performing too well, outside of maybe Apple, Microsoft trying to get it together, Meta, but they've just been wrecked for so long, you know, it's too little too late kind of in terms of helping this index fund. But Nvidia stagnating for 8 months plus now. Can't get it going, man. I don't know. And then the memory stocks, your Intels, your Dells, right? Applied Materials, a bunch of different ones. Even if they're just not memory, they're just big tech, semiconductors, Marvel, they'd all made all-time highs, and now they're pulling back. I mean, some down 40-something% in 3 weeks. So that's gonna be not helpful for the NASDAQ. Most of these are on the NASDAQ. So this is what that's why I'm kind of paying attention to it more, because this is where a lot of the action's at. Okay. We like watching those Mag 7s. So we can, real quick, let's do the things that we do. You know, we looked at Bitcoin, Ethereum, we looked at the index funds. Let's look at gold and silver real quick, just knock it out, and the dollar and oil like we do. I think gold is flat in a downtrend right now. I don't think any of this price action is really great right now. I mean, someone could obviously, without context, I could see it, man. I could see where someone's like, dude, it's an M shape, and they're trying to type to return it. I think it's a bad spot to be trying for that. What I'm seeing is I don't really care if there's an M shape here. In fact, it's so deep. Is it a 7? It's not a 786. It's gotta be like a 70. My God, it's a 75. So it might almost meet the criteria of a butterfly in the making, which is, you don't want to see a butterfly, man. I'm telling you. And or if you really wanted to, you could take this and that'd be your B point, and this is your C point, and you know the outcome is way lower. You don't even have to be a wave structure guy right now. You don't have to be a harmonic bro. All you got to do is be paying attention to price action correlating to a level that is undeniable. That selling climax we had June 10th, where that big rally, dead cat bounce, lower high, bearish back test collapsed again. That level is now currently being regarded since July 17th, being regarded as resistance. That's 4 out of 6 days, something like that. That's not what we want. If you wanted anything good to happen to gold in the short term, you gotta have buyers recapturing 4,024 and then it correlating positively. Like, what are they doing? It's the worst thing you could dream of. It's almost like you can just be short on gold, have a stop at like 4,041, real tight. You know, if you get your stop loss triggers, you're good. Like, it's not a big deal. Okay, I took a shot on the bearish back test. That was my argument. The downtrend, your trend's your friend, and for being short, let this thing collapse. And you're thinking targeting probably, I mean, at least 3,900, but maybe if things get nasty, 3,400. So that's just where we're at. It's a bad trend, man. A bunch of lower highs, lower lows. I know they're trying to hold it up. They're trying to M shape it here. Maybe it's all good, man, because if your rule as a trader analyst is letting the price action speak for you, you got nothing to worry about, right? Oh, okay, well then it recaptured. Well then reconfirm. Start doing this, and then we maybe have a shot. But until that happens, you can't be bullish. You can't. Not yet. The data speaks to us. When it positively correlates to that more local support, then you can talk. Then you can present your argument, right? But the argument stands right now. It's not great. Not great, man. the same time, I do understand that it's not your best like value prospect for shorting. You're kind of paying premium here because you're just near the bottom of this multi-month downtrend. So it's not like you're at some, you know, rally's conclusion, fading a top bearish back test. It's not like that. It's just more like you're looking at momentum and price action at a level. So anyway, it's your gold analysis, but none of this is the least surprising thing. You know, we've been walking you through it since the blow off top, since the mania blow off top, close and reverse candle, the dead cat bounce, the lower highs. This channel's been great conceptualizing the trend. Hello? What's up with this? Weird. Silver, same boat, man. Like, okay, it did have a good day compared to gold, but you're trending down, and you know, you're so close to an objective. Like, we've been talking about this objective for like a couple months now, eventually 54 bucks being tested. They almost did that on Friday. So you got, you know, maybe it's gonna go to 50. Maybe at this point, it's just harder to be like, all right, great time to short. It's not the best place to short because you've already had the lion's share of the dump, you know, that's happened. Now you're getting too close to supports, but the trend kind of sucks right now, so it's not a great long either. That's your trend, and so you going long here is like kind of asking to lose money, but you going short here could be higher risk too. So sometimes it's just not good for either. So it's almost just like, maybe hands off silver for either position right now. I bet some people will probably come in and be like, there's a low, slightly lower low. Maybe there's divergence developing. Not even. There's like not even divergence developing on the MACD. So yeah, dude, kind of a tricky spot here. The bear flag, they broke it, but there's been not much follow through yet. But if it did follow through, you're eyeing $50 to back test what? 2011 all-time high right there, man. You're looking for a back test of that. Things are gonna get nasty if you're aggressive and you're gonna swing for the fences. I think 49.80 is a great target. Okay, sorry, man, I'm tired. I had a really hard workout today. Chat, are y'all there? Y'all live? Silly thing on, dude. Okay, let's go to US oil real quick. You know, they're just the reflexive rally is still ongoing. A lot of headline driven crap. Buyers did recapture 78.35, reconfirmed it, bullish engulfing candle. I mean, yesterday/today was the highest price since June 12th, so 5-week highs, and also filled a gap. So we can Jesus chimes the gap fill on oil. Nice, dude. Juice job, man. So, you know, certainly no edge here, right? No framework for us to apply to take strategic advantage of this. Not currently as it stands, right? We would be looking for a second test lower. Maybe we get a slightly lower low double bottom. Maybe they take it to 61.74, close enough, and we get some divergence in the oscillators. Then we could talk. They're dragon patterns, something, but they're just so far. This is just how it is. Most of the time, any given day, any given chart, any given market, you're not going to have an edge. You're not going to have an actionable setup. And we're just looking at it because we're doing the rounds. We're going across the markets. US oil, man. 5-week highs, formal gap fill yesterday, today. All right. DXY, the US dollar. Remember, it had been in that Wyckoff accumulation. Looks like a bull flag to me, man. Oh my God, it's so pretty. Anyone seeing how pretty this is? Jeez. And you gotta really admire that this bull flag, the bottom of the flag is testing the top of the trading range that the buyers broke, right? So remember, you have your sign of strength. That's the breaking of the trading range in its final phase of accumulation. Then the backup. Looks like the backup is trying to present itself as a bull flag, a bullish consolidation structure, high and tight flag. And the next move, if this is really what's going on, the next move on the DXY is this. It just is. So we might be on the last. We're just waiting for the form of confirmation. If you look at a Wyckoff accumulation schematic, the absolute last thing that happens is the confirmation, which is what this arrow would be if it was going to play out. It could fail, right? But we're trying to, what are we doing? We're trying to navigate financial market waters. And we do that by pattern recognition, identifying structures that people way smarter than us studied, researched 100 years ago. So just trying to put it all together, man. All right, that's your, and that, what does that mean? That's not good for other currency pairs, obviously, but might not be, you know, a strong dollar might not be good for risk on, might not be good for gold, silver, might not be good for Bitcoin or anything. All right, that's your DXY. Look at the VIX, which is elevated still, 1866. And yeah, you wonder, it's like, I mean, everyone knows that the big M shape's there. That's the big bat pattern, Gartley pattern, kind of type 2. Man, that's kind of like trippy, isn't it? I don't think anyone should read into it, but it is kind of weird. It's like DXY, bull flag, phasey, Wyckoff accumulation, and then the VIX type 2 returning, a bullish Gartley. Good God, that could be a disaster. I hope not. I hope it's all bull crap, right? I mean, you can't do TA on this stuff on the VIX because it's just like, come on, man. It's so headline driven, but it's so stupid how real it is. You got an 886 here. You got maybe a type 2 return going on. This is the type 1 reaction confirmed June 9th. This is all the type 2 returns. Oh my God, that played out back to 29, back to 30. So let's hope that it's bullcrap. It's not going to play out. It's fail. It's a joke. But it's a meme at this point. We're just memeing. Chase will probably get one. Just don't be like, don't get caught in this stupid reflexive rally that happened kind of randomly on headlines and stuff. It just got oversold. No, Kathy, charts don't tell us about world wars. We haven't had one since the 1940s. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna have a world war like people think. It's not gonna happen, but it's all good. So those are just kind of, we went across the markets and all that. If you want to, we can look at like the Mag 7s. All right, we can do the best performers to worst. Microsoft ended up 2% up. Still kind of trying to go. I mean, it broke above 397, $400 again today, which is very good. Big deal. Not a joke, man. Inflection point from 2024. Oof. That's pretty gnarly, isn't it? Think about, hey man, I bought Microsoft 900 days ago and you've made no money. It's tough, dude. Tough market. But yeah, you got to admire that was the highest daily candle close on Microsoft since June 8th. So, you know, what, 6-week highs or something. Cool. Could be some upside, 430. If they're going to keep it going, but we do know type 1 reaction ongoing. We probably want some sort of back test 363, 366, 349, 350 for a type 2 return. You always want to get a form of confirmation if you can have it after these structures. So, oh yeah, good day. Google's up 1.5%. Freaking weird, man, right? They gapped it down on Friday. It was gross, dude. Down 2+%. Gapped it up today. And unfortunately, that gap is open. So you know that's going to fill like soon. Like this week, probably 346.79 now will be filled no matter what they do next. But yeah, you broke the consolidation. Little correction since May. But man, that day, that July 16th, down 4.44% was pretty devastating. That big bearish engulfing candle. So, I mean, anything above 328, I guess, is okay for now. But yeah, I don't know if there's a technical edge on this. Good for swing trading. Let's look at Amazon up 1.1% that we know on the weekly does look great. But choppy, man. So choppy. I guess anything above 242 is great. The old all-time high from February of 2025. Trying to put in the highest low ever, holding above the 200-day moving average. Your weekly looks stupendous. We know no matter where it pivots, if it's here or if they take this thing down to 220, great places to maybe dollar cost average. Bullish convergence going on in the weekly, but you do have earnings coming up when? 10 days from now. 10 days. So earnings season is here, and you just got to wonder how that's going to affect the markets. Flip your coins, man. Yeah, this is a great one, but not in the greatest spot for the best entry, because you're at a heart line, and if you care about trend analysis using the channel tool, the heart line represents fair market price, whereas the demand line would represent oversold conditions in the uptrend, and the top trend line would represent overbought conditions in the uptrend. So right there at fair market price, pretty anemic price action the past 3-4 weeks. Oof. Yeah, 220 is probably your better buy at demand line. Okay, Nvidia up 0.23%. I mean, I guess they broke the supply line Friday. They back tested the supply line, held. There was a gap. I think they filled the gap today. Yeah, the top 207.49, pulled it back down 0.45% after hours. I guess above 195.73, you're fine. 4 hour, it almost looks like an inverse head and shoulders here. I hope it is, man. You're above the 200 moving average. If you're above the 200 moving average, man, you're fine. Like Amazon, Nvidia above those big moving averages, not a joke. So it just, like, I don't know, man. I don't know if they're gonna let it. Like, it just, you feel like it's overdue for a big rally, a price discovery rally, being the most efficient money making company in the history of human civilization. And they killed it on earnings. I mean, like, they beat earnings top to bottom. What, share buyback, dividend increase, you name it. All the bells and whistles didn't matter, right? So you think it's an amazing company, been bullishly consolidating for 8 months. You think something's got to give, and it will continue to drive higher as central banks, governments continue to debase our currency to service unprecedented amounts of debt, because we're in a debt spiral. $40+ trillion deficit our U.S. government has. So, but yeah, for now, choppy waters. Look at the thumbnail. My God, dude, choppy friggin' waters. Meta was down flat today, pretty much after that brilliant bullish bat reaction. They hit a supply line, right? Supply line July 15th, and it's just gapped down at holding above 632. There are a bunch of, I mean, they did officially fill a gap on Friday. The gap unopened from July 9th. Still one more unfilled gap at 565. That would give you an amazing type 2 return to this M shape. And that's where it's like somehow, some way above the 200 moving average. Just barely, though. 200 moving average still down sloping. So you always want that moving average to be up sloping. That kind of gives you indication of what kind of momentum the stock has. And the momentum has clearly been bad. You can still see, like, you're just hitting the upper echelon of a downtrend on Meta, hitting the supply line, or at the overbought condition in a downtrend, hitting the supply line of it, with the moving average still, like, kind of down sloping. So typically you want it to look a little bit more like this, like you're in the oversold threshold, the moving average beginning to upslope now, right? Things starting to turn around. But yeah, Meta's just, you can't really, it's like, I think a move like that is maybe to fool people into rebuying. I think a safer bet on Meta to be wait for a 530 back test type 2 return, and if it's successful and we start seeing favorable price action down here again, I think that might be the best area to be, like, trying to take a position. All right, and then Apple down 2.14%. It's okay, man. It can take a breather like this today, just because it hit all-time highs on Friday, on Thursday, on Wednesday, on Monday. What's that? 4 out of 5 days? Yeah, 4 out of 5 days last week, record closes. So, yeah, you can be down 2% today. No big deal, dude. Kind of bearish engulfed. I guess we could look at some Fibonacci. I don't know if we had, maybe we had a 1-2. I think we had a 1-2-7-2, right? Shoot, dude, you exceeded all the short-term Fibonacci extensions. You did that the first time. You hit that 1-6-1-8 beautifully, beginning of June, and then pulled back. But now you're breaking through it. Wow, man. I mean, maybe 362 in time. Yeah, Apple, a beast. One of the few places where you can put your money in a mega market cap asset and actually be making money for real lately. And then the worst of the 7, sometimes you think, why is this asset even in the Mag 7 based on its revenue, its market cap, everything. By all metrics, you wonder, how is this sometimes in the Mag 7? Tesla, chat. Very bad. Okay. Very bad. Down 3% at close. I mean, lowest daily candle close confirmed today since April 14th. Yeah, you knew it, man. You cannot be bullish on Tesla until it's truly formally above 414.50. And the most recent event was they lost it on the fake out below the 200. 414.50, 411.50 was confirmed as resistance, and that was it. Since that bearish back test was confirmed, Tesla down about almost 10% in 10 days. Price action, so important. Remember, what is this gray zone? You look left, the November 2021 old all-time high. So this could go way lower, man. Way, way lower. I mean, if you lose this little zone here at 368, it's gonna be an easy 338. Hey, it's Vincent, man. Hey, I know this guy, dude. Hello? I don't know, dude. It's not playing. That's weird. Hello? Yeah. I don't know if this will work. Let me try. Sometimes things bug out, bro. Let me. One sec. There it is. Let me replay it now. After refreshing the cache. Nice. There we go, Vincent.
Hey Mitch, good evening. Can you look at INFQ? Thanks a lot, man, as always. Folded hands emoji.
Vincent, thank you so much for making me not work for less than minimum wage. You're the reason, okay? I'm not a McDonald's. Thank you, dude. Yeah, let's look at SpaceX first, because if we look at Tesla, I think it's like kind of appropriate to always look at SpaceX. And you saw my tweet today, if you follow me on X, dude, if you could smell something, bro, that's just
I have some evidence Manbear Pig could be in this area.
There's bears out here.
When I was young, he told my girl cousins I would never be a varsity athlete, and frankly, that was a tremendous blow to my self-esteem.
Very bad, boys. Very bad.
10 out of 11 negative closes. Lowest daily candle close ever. 7 record closes in a row, all record lows, record low close, and lost 120 for the first time ever today. So no demand. 95% of shares still locked up. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. 100 maybe on deck. Go to the 60-minute maybe. Just kind of look at it here. See anything? More candles. It's a very well established downtrend, isn't it? Just gotta love it. I mean, I wonder if we could channel it, have fun with it. I don't know, maybe something like this. Jeez, it's ugly, dude. It's real ugly, man. How they skate along the heart line of this channel too, indicating it's not even gotten oversold yet. The only way this thing gets oversold, this channel, they dump this thing down to 109 here, 109.50. That's how you get to oversold if we anchor 1, 2, and 3. with good respect on the top end. You got 1 and 2 on the top, 3 and 4. I got losing that. That's crazy bad. Yeah. That's where we're at, man. What is that? Let's just say since July 1st, say in 20 days, 32% loss. All right. Cooked. All right, let's look at this. It's just like, oh my god, man, who bought up here, dude? Who bought at the $200 plus? So nasty.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
Let me knock out Inflection with a Q. Remember that time there was a beautiful falling wedge and it played out? The traders made their money and they dumped it, and then it actually went for a second test. But you can just see, I guess, at this point, 1961, $20 psychological level, too much to overcome. But also, it's a real resistance from January 8th. And now, teetering towards all-time lows. Not something I'm really, it looks, you know what it looks like, dude? It literally looks like, this is the SpaceX chart. What the heck, dude? Computer processing hardware? How does this look like SpaceX? Maybe because SpaceX got added to the NASDAQ. This is on the New York Stock Exchange. I don't know. I don't really see an M shape. I mean, yeah, you're approaching some levels, but remember, it's not about like when you're near a level, at a level. It's not just about that. It's also about the structure that takes time to develop at that level. You don't have a structure. None. You're just impulsing downward. You literally saw your lowest price since March 30th on Friday. Not really somewhere to give a crap. You know, you're not at give a crap levels. Yeah, I get it though. The candle closed at 876. Scalpers could come in. This is where scalpers come in and they take their higher risk longs. Sure. But it's not going to be a sustainable run. You might get it to people, scalpers will sometimes, I mean, a lot of times they'll use leverage because they have to, because the moves are not going to be sustained. See, why we look for structures that take 3 weeks, a month, 6 weeks, 2 months to develop, conclude their development, because if they are successful, if we are identifying the psychology properly, and those structures are identifiable, recognizable on the daily, weekly, the sustainability of the run after they conclude their development is much higher. So you can like literally, oh, the pattern 6 weeks into it's almost done. It's at that buy point, right? That third valley, that hidden bullish divergence, all above that key level back from earlier this year or whenever it was, yeah, March. We know the rally is gonna take us way higher, but in a situation like this might only go to $10. Shoot, you might get lucky. It goes to 1179, and then it rolls over and collapses for a second test at 876. And typically, that second test is a big deal. It might just fail, and you're going way lower at all-time lows. Or you get spring back tests, and you start showing things, favorable things we want. And that second test is where we would come in and say it's a lower risk long with a higher probability of positive, sustainable resolution. So this is just, you're at it. So scalpers, this is where the scalpers come in, sure. Anyway, thank you, Vincent, man. What's up, Jar Zagar, man? How you doing, dude? Yeah, congrats, all Spanish people. Even if you were colonized by Spain or you're Spanish, you're in Spain. Congrats on the win. Kind of crazy red card, right? And what a boring game. Oh my God. 0-0, like 80 something minutes. I'm just like, what the? Anyway, so been live now 51 minutes. My God, dude. Time doesn't fly sometimes. Jeez. What's up, Blueku? You lost everything not listening to me? Well, what'd you do, dude? Like, what'd you do? But the short-term trend is doing all right, man. I mean, on Bitcoin, you got to love it above 64.9. It's such a rarity. I hope it's real, man. It could be fake. Could be fake, dude. What do I think about soccer now that the World Cup's over? It's never been my thing. You know, and I think that probably the reason why is because I'm in the United States, born and raised here. I was born and raised in the Southeast. And the United States has created its own culture, its own like ecosystem of culture. I mean, it's so spread out between hockey and basketball and American football. And, you know, you're just going to get a kind of muddied, water diluted form of passion from soccer bros in the US. It's almost like, you know, being born and raised in LA, Los Angeles. Like you flip a coin on where your passion's going to be, where your heart and mind is going to get taken the older you get in life. Oh yeah, I love the LA Lakers. I grew up on it. Nah, you may not give a crap. I love USC. I love Southern Cal. I grew up on it, right? It's like, you don't know, whatever the hockey team is there. They got a lot of different stuff, right? So, should probably only be visible on the 4-hour. Yeah, but remember, where we're coming from is the weekly and the monthly. The weekly. I mean, you got to really be paying attention right here. Look what's happening. I mean, like just out the gate on the new week. We're a day in. Beginning to build positive momentum. Let's hope it is real, dude.
Hi Mitch, can we look at Lumpy LS? Thanks.
Yeah, Lumen? Yeah, we can look at Lumen, dude. Thanks so much for the 20, Zed. Thank you, dude. You got to really be paying attention, man. I mean, like, we could be screwed, but this is kind of like you're getting the things we need for a relief rally. And I'm not saying trend reversal. I'm talking a relief rally that might very well take us to 72, 73, 74K. And that could be it. It could underperform so miserably, such a lag in demand, it rolls over there, and we're going to see 52K by November, October. But I'm just saying, you've got the makings of exhaustion. Exhaustion is extremely evident here on Bitcoin, on the weekly. Same with Ethereum. They're also exhausted out of support too. So you just got a lot of very promising things. I'm just showing you here 6 days to this weekly close. Look where we are. They're just recapturing today. Let us pray to God that this is real and not going to be a fake out. Because if it's a fake out, it might be so violent and disgusting and horrible. And it's just the worst thing in the world. But you got the makings of a potential bullish dragon pattern. It's the dragon. It's the dragon. The dragon. We're talking about dragon. You know the dragon, dude. Yeah, legendary dragons that we've seen. It's just there. Everything you could dream of exists on this chart, whether it fails or succeeds. Five-day chart's good. I mean, like, I'm sure, right? If the weekly looks good, a 5 day is definitely going to look good. We'll see. 5 day looks fine, man. Yeah, dude. If you're above, look at the channel. It's conceptualizing maybe what kind of intermediate short-term trend we're in. It's up. It's higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. That's it. And now just broke on this previous 5-hour candle close. Broke 64.9. Confirmed it. That's a good thing. It's an extremely real thing. 64.899 is not a joke, man. It is everything right now. That's where your eyeballs should be looking. Lots of convergence. The 5-hour RSI just got back in the bullish control zone. It could be a fake out, whatever, but it's always good to see a relative strength index, if you wanted to go higher, to be above 60, and they just broke above 60, so that you got that going for you. Yeah, I know it's 5-hour. And he's talking about Crown, talking about 5-hour. Yeah, I'm looking at the 5-hour, dude. What are you talking about? Context is everything, right? Did he say 5-hour or 5 day? The 5-hour looks good. Oh, maybe he said 5 day. Oh my God, the 5 day. Oh, 5 day. Yeah, 5 day definitely looks good too. You have that certain amount of bullish divergence. I mean, look at this. The low, the slightly lower low. You're showing positive, just like the weekly. Because the 5 day and the 7 day are like very close. I mean, the data is going to look almost identical. It's the same thing, 7 day, 5 day here. at least on the MACD histogram, showing the divergence on the oscillators. The low, the slightly lower low with higher levels of relative strength. You have bullish divergence on the 5-day and 7-day. They have recaptured neutral, right? The bearish control zone. You're not in it anymore. That's great news. So yeah, 5-day, 7-day look phenomenal. But more importantly, price action above the price of Bitcoin being above 64.9 is in 63.588. It's huge. Just remember, bullish dragon pattern with the oscillators implying a C to D wave, a larger wave coming to the upside. Sorry, 5-hour, 5-day, they both look good. Sorry, whatever. It's all good, dude. What's up, Rawlings, man? Yo's here, dude. Hey, Yo won Scott Carney's harmonic book. Let's freaking go, dude. Sorry, I'm sore. I'm exhausted. I'm tired, dude. Let's look at the century chart. Which one though? The 10-year. One candle represents, well, no, century, 100 years. Not it. We can't do that. We can't do that. That's like insane. Never done that in my life, I don't think. Lumen technology. We could do it. Let's see. Let's do it on the Lumen. Let's go to 100. How do we do this? How do we add custom interval? All right, let's do. Well, we can't do it. Months. How many months is 100 years? 12 times 100. My God. 1,200. Oh my God. 1,200 month interval. Interval's too big, chat. Please try again. I don't know. It doesn't even do that. We can't even do that actually. So we can do the decade, right? 120? We can do 120? Nope, won't even let us do a decade interval. Cooked. Sorry, chat. Okay, so let's just go to the daily. Let's just go to Lumen Technologies. The party ended. The only time in the world to care about Lumen was this. A freaking actual, unironic, legendary bullish Gartley type 1 reaction concluded with a 942% appreciation. Resolution, whatever you want to say, in 133 days. And now I don't care, like whatever. Oh, it's the buyer's just unable to break 1022. Look how that thing failed up here. 965, 1022. They can't break it, man. They can't break that level. Well, and this goes back to 2019. You see here, any rally is probably going to be a lower high. They're trying to hold on to this one low right here. There's nothing implying a reversal is impending. You're below the 200 now. Again, any rally that occurs here is probably going to run up and test the 200 and fail and roll over later. I think they've confirmed now in November 2025 and now more recently in May. And not just that, they confirmed the confirmation with a one high in May, a second high in early June, right? Double top above $10, and now you're just drawn down. So like, yeah, maybe the scalpers, maybe some bids are coming in initially. I just don't know if it's going to be enough. Got earnings coming up on August 4th. If you lose all I can say is if you lose 628, dude, gonna be a bad time, man. Where's this line coming from? Did this thing split or something? I don't know what this line is here. This doesn't even make sense. So I guess 378 might be your target. There's not much here. Maybe $5 psychological. It was like kind of a swing low in December 2022 and then a swing high at 466. That might be your next little zone. So you got some good downside potential if they lose 628. So nothing really sticks out to me as actionable right now, but you do your thing, King. The key thing about this is just it's a good idea to not own Lumen below 628. That's your insurance policy. If you own it, hey man, do your thing, but probably don't want to own it below 628 due to where this could wind up, and that'd be probably 466, 499, $5. Okay. Yeah. All right. Music stop. All right. Well, pretty much cooked, dude. We're pretty much cooked, man. on the stream. Been live hour, 2 minutes, and just kind of business stream. You get it? Business stream. We went across the markets. We looked at Mag 7 and top cryptos, index funds, all the gold and silver and oil and DXY. But just, this is, I think, a really important day. I hope it's real, man. If it's not, yeah, dude, send it to 52K with haste. But if it is real, if the weekly is not legit bamboozling and lying to us and deceiving us, the weekly is literally implying that
How about LUMN back in 2002, that low? Could it be like a reversal zone?
Oh crap, dude. Did I not go back? Maybe I'll go the weekly or monthly on this thing. Weekly.
You're listening to MSOL Music.
Oh my god, dude. What am I doing? There's more data. No, right? You're lower. Like, look at it. Look where the price is. Oh, this is 1990 though. Oh, 2002. What? 2002. What you talking about, bro? 2002 is what? Dude, 2002 lemon was like up at $26. So maybe you're probably talking about 1990. Am I crazy? Because that's where the price is. So I figured maybe you're talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Could you eat this fish? No, if you eat this lumen fish, you will die. So funny, dude. It's so stupid. I love it. That 683 is the level, I guess, right? Yeah, 683 probably to 716, and you're below it. So big no for now, right? Yeah, cooked, dude. Cooked. I'm sorry, Mr. Zed. If I misinterpreted what you were talking about, my bad, dude. I don't know. Oh. Could you eat this Bitcoin fish? Dude, the weekly's implying you might be able to eat the Bitcoin fish. You might be able to eat the Bitcoin fish. It's all there. It just, now we got to see the TA be respected. And the TA is not always respected, but on the weekly time scale, you got a stronger chance. So you know how long it took for me to give two craps about crypto or Bitcoin? It's been horrible forever. And now it's like, this is kind of amazing. I can't believe it. We got something to work with. Just pray the TA is respected. That's it. All right. Let me play it for y'all. Okay. Wait, what are you talking about? I just want to play how stupid it sounds so y'all can hear it.
Can I eat this fish? This is an African lungfish. You can survive on
Where's the audio?
more than half a year without water.
Listen how
Locals say it
stupid
actually
this
tastes
is.
Pretty good.
Can I eat this fish?
This is a salmon. During spawning season, its body turns deep red. That's also when it tastes the best. Perfect for sashimi.
Can I eat this fish?
This is a big mouth catfish. Its meat is tender and it's basically...
I don't know, dude. It's stupid YouTube slop. So whatever. Some sort of stupid things sometimes get me to giggle. So anyway, we got a chance, chat. That's all I can tell you. Bitcoin broke out, but it hasn't followed through yet. But you got the weekly behind you. Really kind of backing up the argument here. So I'm praying for strength into this future. If the futures can just fake out and rally above 28,786, we get a big rally to 29.5. Holy crap, Bitcoin's gonna probably go nuts. So can I eat this fish? Yes, you can eat this Bitcoin fish. It looks good on the weekly. Okay, thanks for coming out. I'll be back. Thank you, Vincent. Also, thank you, Zed and Vincent. The real ones. I'll see you on the Discord. Till next time, respect to the TA.
kick the fuss.